500 crept in, no party, no cake. Dan and Dave looking stunned, is it some mistake? System is down, but we're still wide awake. Milestone hit like a train with no brake. Forgot the balloons, no confetti in sight. Just two dudes vibe and keep the convo tight. The mic's still hot, the jokes still ignite. 500 deep, no end to the flight. 500 episodes, the system rolls. Didn't plan a bash, but we own these goals. From the cracks and the creases, the madness unfolds. The system is down, where the fun patrols. Topics so wild, got aliens and schemes. Conspiracies brewed, living out the memes. Flat earth spins, but it's not what it seems. System is down, living podcast dreams. Dave with the facts, Dan with the clips. Debates get spicy, no filters on lips. Forgot it was 500, but here's the tip. Celebrate the chaos, let the laughter drip. 500 episodes, the system rolls. Didn't plan a bash, but we own these goals. From the cracks and the creases, the madness unfolds. The system is down, where the fun patrols. Topics so wild, got aliens and schemes. Conspiracies brewed, living out the memes. Flat earth spins, but it's not what it seems. System is down, living podcast dreams. Dave with the facts, Dan with the quips. Debates get spicy, no filters on lips. Forgot it was 500, but here's a tip. Celebrate the chaos, let the laughter drip. 500 episodes, the system rolls. Didn't plan a bash, but we own these goals. From the cracks and the creases, the madness unfolds. The system is down, where the fun patrols.
So guys, if microphones on a mission to spread light, I think the whole world would agree. The system is down. 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 But they're doing their best to bring humor and light into this dark world. But the system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. 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 But Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. 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 Dan and Dave are trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess. But they laugh and carry on. The system is down. The system is down. The system is down. The system is trying their best, but the world keeps throwing its mess.
This is a Dissident Media production. DissidentMedia.net.
In a world where everything sucks, two men have the balls to laugh at it. This is The System is Down.
What the hell was that? We were told that we were getting a Trump talking about Epstein at the Oval Office, but what we got was something else. Let's talk about it.
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, those on this list and those that I have forgotten to put on the list, all of you, I need to update this list is what I'm saying, but welcome back to The System is Down. Unceremoniously, episode 500, brought to you by you guys like James Strickland, William Ogle, Searcher, Nathan Gall, Keenover, Gilda Cates, John Winshower, Bob J. Zach Abergett. Dave, why don't you say a couple of these?
Matt, Osmotab, Danielle, Sean, Dylan Stoney, Keith Compton, Vandelot Media, Rick Duran, Javari, Kadeka, Craig DaCosta, Tim Brown, Howie Snowden, Brian Williams, Mary Zone, William Wells.
That's right.
Yeah, you know.
And if you want to get your name on that list and have it read by either me or Dave incorrectly someday, go on over to patreon.com/The System is Down, where you will get more weird, more raw, more offensive, more generally weekly-ish content when we have time. Probably not today. Probably not, but... yeah, go support and be a nice person, because 500 episodes is a lot of episodes to give to you freeloaders for free. So go support, and then you'll get even more. And as you've heard, I am joined, as always, by the great, the late Mr. David Casey, back from his ovarian cancer.
I don't want any confetti today, bro. I don't want any partying from me.
Good, because my confetti button is not working at the moment.
Good. I don't want it today. No fanfare.
Yep, absolutely nothing. And as we were saying before the show, I just realized it was episode 500. You would think when I typed in episode 499 in the title just a couple of days ago on last week's episode, I would have realized that episode 500 would be right after, or at least shortly behind episode 499. But here we are in episode 500, and I realized it as I was putting this together. I have nothing no streamers, no confetti. I'm not even allowed to do the digital confetti because fuck this episode.
Bro, as I said backstage, this is so on brand for you. I feel partially responsible. Like I could have maybe like helped plan or like told you we should do something cool, because we definitely should have.
What are we?
We just we limped right across that 500 line. But I am excited to be here. 500.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been a...
No, man, that's
I don't know how many
cool.
hundreds I've even celebrated or done anything with. They usually just come and go, and we talk about the news.
I was wondering how many I've done. Definitely not even close to 500 with you. But that was the first time I got to read any of the Downers Club. That was fun. Thanks for letting me participate in that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm moving in.
That's right. I realized, when Kale was on the other week or so, my son, I forced him to read some too. So I figured I might as well dump some of the load on you as well.
Share it, yeah.
You're here. Everybody knows you're here. You're always here, except for when you're not. But, health issues are health issues, and we don't like to talk about those.
Ovaries are a son of a bitch.
That's right. Now, Dave, you told me you did not catch any of this Oval Office grand giant announcement, Donald Trump, that just happened only like 15 minutes ago. It wrapped up. Did you catch any of that? No?
No, I don't know anything about it.
Okay. Well, I was putting this episode together, and I was like, well, there's not that many that exciting things to talk about. And then as I was like wrapping up, getting everything figured out, I saw this announcement that Donald Trump's going to be giving a speech from the Oval Office today at 3:30 Central Time, and it's going to be about the Epstein files. And so my mind was like, perfect. That'll be our episode. That'll be that.
Yep.
Throw all this crap out the window. Obviously, whatever that is, it's more important than whatever I was going to talk about.
Phase 2 is coming. right?
Yeah,
Tell me
obviously.
phase 2 dropped.
No, phase 2 did not drop. He had Tim Apple on to talk about his deals and bringing business back and blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? He talked about tariffs for a bit and how tariffs are amazing. Prices are down everywhere, as we can all see very clearly. All the prices are as low as they've ever been in the existence of time. He thinks Russia is is coming close to wrapping up that war. That's going to be over soon. He's we cannot. Yep, it's wrapping up here, I think, pretty soon. And then the journalists asked him, like, why do you think that? What was the breakthrough today? Oh, there wasn't really any kind of breakthrough, but I've been keeping a close eye on it. So nothing has happened. He knows nothing and nothing. But it's going to happen, trust me. Trust the plan. He was asked about Operation Warp Speed. I don't know why at this point he gives a shit, but he's still defending Operation Warp Speed as one of America's literal greatest accomplishments of all time. Thank you, President Trump. Praise me. He was asked about Colbert getting canceled, he was asked about, Colbert and Howard Stern getting canceled, and he said, Colbert has no talent, Jimmy Kimmel has no talent, and Jimmy Fallon has no talent. You know, the important questions that journalists should be asking at such an event as this. And then, finally, so it started like 45 minutes late at least, as is per his usual, and drug on for, I don't know, like, let's see, not very long. It was only like, I feel like 20 minutes to a half hour or so for this, including the questions. But finally, at the very end of all of this, somebody brought up Epstein because they heard the same rumor that I heard. They heard that this was going to be about Epstein. Not only that, but apparently J.D. Vance was going to be having a, like, watching party or something where they were going to talk about Epstein. And so one of the journalists got cued into the Q News of the day, because here's how that question went over. Actually, I'm not sure if this is the right spot for sure, but we will find it.
The lawyers are already studying it. We have to run D.C. This has to be the best.
No.
iPhone. What are the chances that you can actually make that happen?
No.
Look at the bulk of it.
We're still talking about iPhones.
We're probably going to go with a temp and then a permanent.
On external revenue, you've opened up markets.
But I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to
This is Colbert.
Named, I'd say, over the next 2-3 days, and then we're going to go permanent.
Are the two Kevins the leading?
Come on.
Thing is a hoax. It's
Here we go.
Hosting a gathering this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
Is he working on what?
Is he hosting some kind of gathering of top advisors this evening to talk about how to respond to the Epstein situation?
I don't know. I could ask you that question. I don't know of it, but I think here's the man right here.
I saw it reported today, and it's completely fake news. We're not meeting to talk about the Epstein situation, and I think the reporter who reported it needs to get better sources.
Look, the whole thing is a hoax. It's put out by the Democrats because we've had the most successful 6 months in the history of our country, and that's just a way of trying to divert attention to something that's total bullshit. Okay? Yeah, please.
A new Gallup poll.
That's it. Then they moved on.
Fuck.
It's total bullshit. It's made up by the Democrats. That's really what they're going with. He's sticking to it. He's quadrupling down on this. Like, why do they keep bringing it up from the White House if all they have is, no, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. And, so there you have J.D. Vance also. Put him on the list. I keep seeing people asking, like, is J.D. Vance going to be next with Marco Rubio and this and that? It's like, first off, little Marco should not be anywhere near the White House currently, but he is. J.D. Vance, J.D. Vance is on the same list as Donald Trump in my mind, the list of people who are not interested in talking about the Epstein files because all of a sudden they don't matter. So that's where we're at. J.D. Vance is not having a meeting with Trump's advisors to talk about the Epstein files. He's not doing anything with the Epstein files. He doesn't care. He's going to go right along with Donald Trump when they say this is fake, this is a hoax, move along. So they have that's the story they're sticking with. And I mean, props to him for having the balls to be that brazenly retarded or brazenly lying. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah. They're on the team. So yeah, earlier I had jotted this down because you were talking about like this transition here. This reminds me, man, of when Obama ran against Bush, or not against him, but he came after Bush.
Yeah.
And people thought that he was going to close Guantanamo Bay, because that's what he said.
Yeah.
And they thought that he was going to like bring the troops home because that's what he said.
Ridiculous.
Right. And people thought that you'd get justice. And like, you're starting to see this again, but like just Trump is just so much better at it. And he just, gets up.
He's not great at it. I feel like Barack Obama would have been able to present this information better than just, no, it's stupid. Fuck you. It's bullshit.
Maybe I should rephrase that. The cult of personality is stronger around Trump than it was around Obama. So like, I think that this might work. Like when he just gets up there and goes, this is total bullshit. And JD Vance is right there to like back him up and go, yup, total bullshit. Like, they've both been on record saying that we should do it, that this is important.
Yep.
So is Pam Bondi, so is Kash Patel, so is Dan Bongino, but everybody does an about face. And it's pretty sad, dude.
It's very sad. And we will talk a little bit more about the Epstein stuff later on in this episode because I don't know if you heard, Dave, but Ghislaine Maxwell pardoned Trump. Spoiler. But we'll get to it. Now, Donald Trump talked there also, as I mentioned, about the Operation Warp Speed being amazing and all that. I question why that matters and why you would bring it up, but I got my answer. The reason why you would bring up Operation Warp Speed at a time like this is because the latest reboot of COVID has hit the market, everybody.
I got a bizarre new COVID symptom for you for the new strain of COVID because move over Nimbus, Stratus has entered the stratosphere.
How many have we missed? Like, how many have there been that we just haven't even heard of? Because I haven't heard of either of these, but she's like, it's like she's excited for the next brand of COVID to be on the market so she can make dumbass videos in her sunbonnet.
She's bought in. Yeah.
Yep.
Newest COVID strain, also known as XFG, is being called Stratus, and it has a very strange symptom with it. And it's different than Nimbus that has this razor blade sore throat that we've been seeing. XFG has been spotted in 38 countries so far, but it's impossible to know in the US how much of the COVID we're seeing actually is that because we are not doing very much COVID surveillance anymore and certainly not doing it consistently. In fact, when I suggest to people they test for COVID, they look at me and say, why are we still doing that? If you follow me, you know why we're still doing that. But the silver lining here is this strain actually seems to be protected against with vaccination. Go ahead and get a booster if you haven't. Now, the problem I'm going to personally have with this symptom is it's something I get regularly.
I'm on my 17th booster.
If followed me for long enough, I tend to get hoarse very easily. But that's the bizarre new symptom we're seeing. It's causing laryngitis. Now, laryngitis simply means inflammation of the larynx, but with that, you have inflammation of the vocal cords, and you...
She's like, it's got this crazy new thing. You get a scratchy throat. You get laryngitis. Now, don't be too alarmed because laryngitis just means a scratchy throat sometimes. So that might be the way we're using that word in this definition or this explanation. But I don't even know if we're supposed to be scared based off of this. She seems genuinely enthusiastic that we have a new strain for her to talk about. And like, she's not wearing a mask. Should I take her seriously, Dave? Should I be concerned about... I didn't even catch what the new strain was. I guess that was the entire point of this. But, there was Nimbus.
Fucking Stratus, bro. Nimbus.
Stratus.
Cumulonimbus is around the corner, bro. Cumulonimbus season. It's going to fuck you up. It's going to be the winter of cumulonimbus.
Yep. It's amazing. Like, I'm genuinely curious to how many that have been rolled out and just we haven't even flown across our radar because nobody gives a shit anymore. But how many times they have done this to this point that the last one I haven't heard of, let alone the latest one. But you should be scared. You should be scared.
Clearly.
Also, you got any thoughts on the whole Howard Stern getting canceled thing? Apparently Sirius XM quasi canceled him today. They basically implied that they're going to give him a deal that he can't accept. So they're going to kind of force him out. I mean, he's a guy that's been around for as long as I've been conscious to the world, and been a very big name for controversy and edginess in the past, and then went very COVID wussy woke bullshit all over the place. He like didn't come out of his house for like 2 years after COVID was over, and wondered why he had health issues or something. I don't know. The guy's turned into a soft ass little bitch who used to be an icon of just gross edginess in comedy or talk shows or whatever. But I don't have a ton of background with him. Obviously, I wasn't allowed to listen to Howard Stern as a child and didn't really give a shit to when I became an adult. But what are your thoughts on this, Dave?
My immediate feeling was Schadenfreude,
Yep.
which is, a little bit of pleasure in that. Though he's going to retire, like, if he's not a billionaire, I'm sure like it's retarded money. $100 million a year.
Right.
That's incredible that they were paying him that. That's really, he's not worth it. But anyway, I detest Howard Stern. I used to think that he was, I don't know if I could pinpoint another celebrity that went from like the pinnacle of what I would say is greatness down to like such despicable shit. And if you recall,
Howard Stern is not talented also.
he was the one when he came out with they shouldn't let people who aren't vaccinated into hospitals. That was when I like went on Twitter and was just like, fuck
your freedom. I want my freedom to live was the quote.
Oh my God. So I got booted because I called him, like whatever you couldn't say at the time. And
I think it was bitch, wasn't it? Like
I think it was
something
whore.
really.
I think I called him a whore. You can't sexually disparage people.
Oh, sure.
So you can't call people. Right. Isn't that ironic that he just abused psychologically and, women for years. Like that's just like on his show would just exploit strippers and, just absolutely abhorrent behavior. And then at some point, pivots to, oh yeah, Hillary Clinton, speaking up for, the feminism and all this bullshit. It's like, whatever you got to do, man, he follows Chappelle's rule of, say whatever it takes. That's if you want your contract and you want to stay in the game and keep getting big interviews and like with Joe Biden. Imagine that, like going from like, the shock jock king of all media to like promoting Joe Biden during his worst time. Like, it's just, what a pathetic loser. I'm glad it's done. He should be done.
Yeah, it had to end at some point anyway. Clearly he wasn't going, much like Joe Biden, he wasn't going to choose to on his own. So it's like a dishonorable discharge though. Like
right,
he's going out, but it's not out on the fame and glory that he probably initially intended. But when you get like 40 years in the game, you kind of got to call it or figure something else out. But even much like with the Stephen Colbert thing and all these other people that keep getting shut down, it's because they went soft on everything. They went with the regime narrative, whichever side it was at the time. They went with the pro-COVID narrative and all the other whatever hot button issues they were the weakest on. So yeah, it gets unfunny, it gets boring, and people tune out. People tuned out of all of them at the same time, I feel like, and it's kind of amazing that after being locked in his own, personal dungeon for COVID for all that time, it's a wonder that they took him back at that point. But now that we have the culture moving in a different direction, Sydney Sweeney kind of direction, the Howard Stern basic bitches of the world are phasing out. He's a whore. And speaking of whores, and speaking of Sydney Sweeney, so after the Sydney Sweeney thing that we talked about last week with the jeans and the Nazism and all that stuff, there were some jokes that went out of like, if Lizzo put this out, nobody would say a word. And then Lizzo put out a picture of her in denim, and nobody could believe that she put that out because what a strange response to the American Eagle ad. And then it got even worse because she doubled down and put out her own ad of sorts for jeans. Have you seen it, Dave?
Yes, I shared it.
Okay. Well, here we go.
Let's run it back.
Some space. It's way too hot up in here. I'm sweating out of my lace. Don't need no bottle service. We pulled up with our drinks. Trunk full of that Ace. Trunk full of that Henny. If we ain't got no Waffle House, we pulling up to the Denny's. I'ma give him a grand slam. He pulling off of the panties. The way he hit from the back, I might give him one of my grannies. Did this for the culture. That left, right, and that bend it over. Got scissor and Dolce. I ate that. Now let's do it over. Bitch, what did I told you? I'm going into October. Niggas acting like the fun is over. Niggas acting like summer's over.
All right. Got it. Yep. So.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is, I mean, just right off the bat, aside from the elephant in the room, obviously, the thing that really stood out to me is like, Sydney Sweeney was called, they said that she was hypersexualized, oversexualized, all that stuff. And then Lizzo puts this out, and it's just a raunchy Lizzo song that has nothing to do with anything, but it's like about dude bending me over and blah, blah, blah. It's like, but that's not going to get called out for over-sexualizing, even though it's straight up over-sexualizing. And, you know, then there was the obvious difference in that Sydney Sweeney's jacket seemed to be, you know, well-fitting and didn't look like it was screaming in agony when it was buttoned up. But here's the side-by-side. Just so you know, as opposed to here, I said, breaking, Lizzo has released a reaction of the controversial Sydney Sweeney American Eagle jeans ad. Stunning. The similarities are uncanny. If you can spot the differences, you are a racist. Here's the side-by-sides. Here's the screaming jacket. And just so you know, I did not crop this picture. If you go back and watch the video, that's the shot that they chose to use, where they're so close that they can't even get one cheek into the frame of the video. And they're trying to do that as a response to Sydney Sweeney being Sydney Sweeney in jeans. And also, like, who's buying the jeans because Lizzo put them on? Like, who's that selling to? Who's seeing Lizzo and's like, I don't look like that? Dave, you got any thoughts on this so far?
Oh, I prefer the Sydney Sweeney ad. That's that's more my speed.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
But I
You
think
racist?
that you can, yeah, well, either that. But why didn't, I don't know, like, good for Lizzo for getting out there and like doing that, I guess. And, you know, I suppose that
I don't
beauty
even
is
know what the point is that she
subjective.
was trying to make, unless it was just like, hey, it's like, it didn't seem like she was really attacking Sydney Sweeney or anything. It seemed like it could be taken as just, I'm going along with this too. It's not a big deal. And if that is the case, then I'll give her that credit. But
I wish it was Halle Berry doing it, because then I
wouldn't hate looking at it.
Because then all the same people that like the Sydney Sweeney ad would like that one too, because she's
Right.
got good genes.
Sure.
You know, and then we could have diffused this whole race bullshit and just like get back to like hot chicks in ads.
Yeah,
like it should be.
Well, it doesn't seem
That
like
would be
Lizzo was hired to make that ad, but if you might have gotten your wish, actually, Dave, because there is another woman of color who did a jeans ad as well. Beyonce put out her own jeans stuff. I'm not
Is this
sure.
real or fake, or is this AI?
It's real. There's an ad.
Call me pretty little thing, and I love to turn them on. Boy, I let you be my Levi jeans. Way it's popping out your phone.
Okay, it goes through like several different layers where she's wearing different jeans and different jean jackets, and there's the nighttime, and then some dude takes off his pants or something because she won it or something. I don't know, whatever. The main thing that stood out to me in this is that Beyonce is not proud of her jeans at all. Beyonce has bleached blonde straightened hair and like is trying to get her skin as light as she possibly can and is trying to be a country star. Beyonce is trying to be a country star. So if this is at all a response to Sydney Sweeney, the only thing that I'm getting from this is Beyonce hates her jeans. Don't buy Levi's. Dave, any thoughts?
That's sad if she hates her jeans because she's got great jeans. Probably better than
Lizzo. Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney. And definitely better than Lizzo, but I mean, damn. But you're right. Like, she does seem like she's got some. She's definitely appropriating our culture, bro.
Definitely.
For sure.
Now, should we call that out, or should we call it a win? Because she's trying to appeal to more of the Americana, whatever, the country sex appeal, and should we welcome her as a white, Dave, into the whites?
That was funny how like listen. I don't know what her life is like. She probably does lots of like elite white activities, but she does not hang out at the pool, at the pool bar. She does not hang out at the laundromat. Like, that's just really funny that at least Sydney Sweeney was just like, no, you know what? I'm sure Sydney Sweeney doesn't drive a fucking Mustang either. So this is all like performative.
She might.
Fine.
Who knows?
Maybe it's more realistic.
You saw that gun shooting video, and you heard that she voted Republican or registered Republican in Florida. So she might. Who knows?
Well, I know what's one thing is for sure, dude, that Lizzo might give a nigga her Grammy if he hit it from the back properly. So that
her words.
That's a fact.
That is at least a lyric. Now, what's next? Oh, speaking of jeans, I thought this was worth bringing up on the jeans conversation, because right around the same time as all these women are fighting about jeans with a G or jeans with a J, the Japanese put out this information. Breaking. Japanese scientists claim to have deleted the extra chromosome causing Down syndrome. So they have located the Down syndrome chromosome, and they have removed it, and they have cured Down syndrome, is what they're claiming.
I don't like it.
Is that good? Is that bad? Are these people just not? Are they too racist? Because they don't like their genes and they're changing them. Nazis.
Oh, man, I mean, it's definitely. Yeah, we're well into the eugenics. Talk about, if they're giving Sydney Sweeney shit for promoting eugenics, I'd give these guys some shit. That's coming down the pike. I mean, it's here, but like, people are just going to start doing that. If you would have asked me, like, I don't know, 20 years ago, would the world be better if we could eradicate mental retardation? I probably would have been like, yeah. Probably would have said yeah.
How are we eradicating it?
Exactly. What does that mean? Like, if you could just fucking, click a button, gene splice, bloop. Now just click that. Just get rid of that. I probably would have been like, yeah, do that. But retards are magical people. And I don't.
I'm gonna make that a shirt.
And they're just so full of love.
Retards are magical.
Just like, I think I'll just say personally, I would miss them if they were gone.
Sure. They add some color to life, certainly.
You're
saying they should stay around for our amusement and entertainment, Dave? Is that what you're saying?
Retard? No, absolutely not. I'm not saying that.
Dance retard is a great segue into the next bit, because I didn't have any context for this until you said dance retard, but I feel like we should do a segment on whatever Britney Spears is doing these days, because dance retard, it seems like the best description or the best segment title for the Britney Spears update. This is Britney Spears' latest. That's all. I just think it's worth a share, and I know that we all see the videos all the time, and we're all like, whoa, but are we really thinking about how crazy it is that Britney Spears, her brain is completely fucking broken, and she dances around with knives and cigarettes in her house in her underwear, and then posts it on the internet? Is that weird? I don't know. I mean, Justin Timberlake's had his crash outs or two, but never like this is just dedication to whatever's going on here. Is this a bit, Dave? Is she trolling us? Is she an MK Ultra spell? Like, does she just make a new video every time she hears a certain couple of phrases or something that makes her mind snap into dance in your underwear with knives mode? Or what do you think this is?
I don't think she's faking it. That's for sure. Because she's dedicated as fuck. Out there dancing. And look at her. Dude, her eyes. Like, listen. This is why you should never send your kids to Hollywood. Because, man, and she, just like Michael Jackson, was, 5 years old when they were like, dance, retard.
Yep.
And that just sucks that you're like, if you grew up like with your parents exploiting you like a pimp.
Yep.
And then oftentimes, ask Macaulay, they'll steal your money.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if there's any coming back from that, being that young and just like, so anyway, she looks like she is beyond damaged goods, man. And I'm sure that's not all her fault.
No.
That's all. I don't get that.
She
feeling
doesn't seem like the drugged out type on her own. Maybe it was a Michael Jackson kind of drug out, but yeah, she doesn't. I mean, she was never about like drugs and shit, to my understanding. But now all of a sudden she seems just hammered all the time.
Why is she always doing that? Like, why is she never just doing like a, hey guys, it's Britney, like, I'm out here at the fucking, the market. Like,
I don't follow her or anything, but it's the only time I see her is the next one. So maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, correct me. If you follow Britney Spears and you know that she puts out a bunch of stuff in between her psychotic underwear knife videos that makes it all make sense, please let me know. But all I see is that. So it seems to me like she just sits around for a couple of weeks and then she's like, you know what I should do? I should do that again. I should do that. People loved that. They talked about me for days or hours because they're all ADHD now. Speaking of ADHD, let's move on to the next thing. Because speaking of women and things that most people don't usually talk about, the WNBA, Dave, has been getting a bit of a comeback, and we haven't brought it up on this show. I know it's kind of old news that this happened, but this keeps happening, which makes it current news, so we can talk about it now. Have you heard about the WNBA's latest problem, Dave?
All the dildos?
All the dildos.
What a cool problem to have.
Yep. Finally giving us a reason to talk about the WNBA. Here's I believe the first encounter of the dildo on the WNBA court that made everybody finally pay attention.
Hayes gets blocked by Maya Caldwell.
There it goes. Oh, there it goes. Just a little green guy bouncing along. Yep, there's the close up of it. And then it happened again here at a Who Gives a Shit game. It just flies out onto the court and she kicks it away.
Something just came onto the floor.
Good word choice. Something just came onto the floor. Onto the floor, even. And there's the close up of that. Yeah. I feel like at this point, I mean, we just had like a couple weeks ago, the WNBA, they were wearing shirts that was like, we don't get paid enough for the nobody watching us. The entertainment that we provide to our sad husbands and our mothers who are disappointed in our career choices. We don't get paid enough for that. So that was in the news. And then all of a sudden, people are launching dildos left and right onto the court. There have been 3 successful dildo throwings, and then I also found there was an attempted 4th dildoing at a different game, because it apparently flew forward and hit like some kid in the back of the head. And here's the failed attempt of the WNBA fan. Who would have thought that they'd be some weak bitch who can't even throw a dildo all the way out onto the court, but they tried, and here's how that went. There's Secret Service for the WNBA. They're going to confiscate it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, we're scared. Oh. The black gloved hand reaching forward to confiscate the dildo. I don't know. It tickled me. Did the dildo tickle you as well, Dave?
Oh, right in the right spot, dude. Yeah, that's fucking amazing. And now it's an internet meme, so there will be more dildos thrown.
It's not going to stop.
Because it's not going to stop. No, you're going to see more dicks on the dance floor.
I saw a picture. It was just a meme. It was a guy like taking a selfie of his face with a WNBA court like far in the distance in the background, and the caption just said like these idiots don't even know that I have a green dildo shoved up my ass right now. So it's not going to stop, and it's kind of hilarious. But you know, it's not a sexist thing. Do it to the NBA too, because they're pretty lame as well. Do it at all the sports. All the sports need to have dildos thrown on the court.
It's definitely toxic masculinity, and it's definitely warranted. So they should get penises thrown on the floor. That's good. This is a good
Another
protest.
Shirt, Dave. That's another shirt.
Non-aggression principle is in full effect. That's how you
I mean, I've seen some of the WNBA players complaining that they could have gotten hurt by the dildo. So there could be the libertarian case for aggression in the dildo launching case. The jury's still out.
I'm excited. Now I'm going to start watching. Fuck.
Yeah. Apropos to nothing. Oh, actually, before we do that, if you find yourself running from dildos, scared, peeing your pants, or Britney Spears, and you don't have the right kind of underwear, perhaps you should try sheath underwear. That's not the right button. That's not the right button at all. Go back. Sheath underwear. My friends, do yourselves a favor and elevate your daily comfort with sheath underwear. The individual dual pouch design provides unparalleled support and separation, ensuring each part of you has the space it deserves. Your penis and your testicles is what he's referring to there.
Yeah, that's right.
Not every part of you. It doesn't it's not a bodysuit, but it will separate those things.
That's right. Experience the sophistication of design that respects your anatomy. The moisture wicking technology sets a new standard in comfort. The advanced system not only keeps you cool, but also prevents chafing and swamp balls. So, makes every movement feel effortless. You're going to love it. Get in some of these draws.
Go to sheathunderwear.com and use the promo code SYSTEM at checkout and experience the perfect blend of comfort and functionality with Sheath. Again, that's sheathunderwear.com and use the promo code SYSTEM. Also, Mycadelics. Connect with nature's wisdom through Mycadelics Mushroom Grow Bags by Tyson 2.0 and Shroom. Now you can cultivate your own sacred mushrooms at home.
That's right. These all-in-one kits guide you on this transformative journey. Just add your liquid culture and witness the miracle of growth. The advanced filter technology preserves purity, allowing multiple harvests in 4 to 6 weeks.
So go now to advancedmyco.com and use promo code SYSTEM to save $5 at checkout. Embrace mindfulness and spiritual nourishment. Begin your mushroom journey with Mycadelics Grow Bags today.
Must be 21 or older. May experience psychedelic effects.
Fucking better. I paid for them. And finally, Perfect Spiral. Tired of corporate banking, cartel, and state-rigged markets stealing your wealth? Bank free with Perfect Spiral Capital. They'll help you build riches on your terms, outside their grip. Who's this there?
That's right. Who is they? Capital T, they. Invest like a dissident. Ditch the system. Own your future. No handouts, no bailouts, just real results.
The system is rigged. Those riggers don't deserve our money. And inflation is eating your savings. Opt out now and stack real assets with Perfect Spiral. Build wealth that lasts.
Perfect Spiral Capital. No bullshit. No red tape. Just smart strategies for serious people who crave freedom and financial sovereignty.
They hired us for the serious people ad? Nice try. Join the rebellion at perfectspiral.com/system. All right. Now I'm gonna do the confetti so that I know where to cut this later. This is not out of celebration. Don't get it twisted. This is only out of necessity that we use this. All right. Now moving on. this is apropos of absolutely nothing, but I thought it was worth a share and a chat. Comedian Matt Rife bought the Conjuring, the world's like oldest or largest or whatever paranormal museum, which is what all the Conjuring movies are based off of, and he bought the supposedly cursed Annabelle doll. He bought everything, and now he owns this piece of history. And some people are concerned that Matt Rife might not be the best person to handle the possessed doll of history. Do you have any concerns about Matt Rife owning the... I know you don't like horror movies, but do you have real-life concerns about the doll that has been marketed all throughout Hollywood as being the death doll?
No, but I don't, I'm not really familiar. I know of the movie, but I'm not familiar with it. But is that like... people are concerned about this?
I think people are more confused, but yeah, I've seen a few people being
that I can
questioning,
understand.
like, are you sure? And for me, I'm just like, let's just make the first... The Conjuring franchise has quite a few movies. I think it's time for a Matt Rife-led comedy Conjuring movie about just dicking around with the actual doll. And yeah, I'm not sure if that is how that works. When he buys it, he owns the IP, but I'm gonna assume so, and that's what we should do. That's all. Just wanted to bring it up, Dave. Don't get all
I'll keep
in
my
arms
eye
about
on
it
that.
or anything. Yeah.
No,
Keep an eye on.
I'm interested.
All right. Now the rest of this is a bit of a smattering of whatever Trump's been up to lately. Because again, I was kind of holding out, hoping that he would actually say anything in his his whole speech that was supposed to be about the Epstein files and stuff, but all he said, again, was it's a hoax, it's bullshit, it's the Democrats, and nobody cares about this Epstein thing. So he's sticking to that. Now here's first up here, we've got one of my favorite things that I saw on Twitter this week. It's Donald Trump Jr. saying, "My father is committed to ending wars," and he shared a screenshot of Donald Trump talking about how committed to ending wars he is. I thought this was a beautiful moment between a father and a son. And even more importantly, I thought it was that it got a reader's context note saying, "This is false, as evidenced by involvement or escalation of the following directly under Trump: U.S. campaign in Yemen," and then it goes on to talk about all the wars. I love the reader's notes of Twitter. I think when the stars align just so perfectly sometimes, and it fills my heart with joy.
This is more of that, dude. This is more of that, like, oh, this isn't my war. This is Biden's war.
Yep.
Oh, this isn't Obama's war. This is Bush's war. So I just inherited this.
I'm a peace candidate.
Right.
Prices
The
are
housing
down.
crash happened.
If you're seeing
Right.
high prices, that's Biden's fault. If you're seeing war, that's Biden's fault. Prices are down.
Yeah.
If you're not seeing that, that's on you or Biden. I don't know. I just know it's not on me, even though I'm president. And I said I was going to do all these things.
On. I don't know how long you can get away with that. And I think it looks, I've heard rumblings and some stories that he's escalating shit with Russia and Ukraine, and obviously whatever Israel needs.
Yeah.
You got it. So, not loving it, dude.
Yep. I think most of what we have left to talk about is on this topic, so we do have to play one more ad. So let's just say if you are Ghislaine Maxwell and you were on the job and you got injured, hypothetically, by somebody who didn't want you to talk about things, you should contact Lone Star Injury Attorneys.
Have you or a loved one been injured by some fuck nuggets, reckless driving, a tumble at your shitty job, or some other form of dumb shit outside of your control? Well, fear not, because today's episode is sponsored by a lawyer. Lone Star Injury Attorneys is an award-winning personal injury law firm that achieves maximum results for its injured clients. Max the Axe is not just a lawyer, but a hardcore Mises Caucus libertarian and also a big supporter of this show and all of our bullshit. Max is the best personal injury lawyer in Texas, but don't judge him by his occupation or location. Max is an avid defender of liberty and justice in whatever state you got fucked in. If you've been injured and your ass needs saving, go with the pros at Lone Star Injury Attorneys. Visit LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com or Google Max the Axe. Consultations are free and you don't pay a single dime unless you win. Once again, go to LoneStarInjuryAttorneys.com and get your ass covered.
All right, we are back now. Okay, so Ghislaine Maxwell is in the news and has been in the news for the last couple of days. Just within the last 24 hours, this news came out. Ghislaine Maxwell told the Department of Justice that Trump never did anything concerning around her. And I don't know about you, Dave, but when I'm looking for a strong endorsement, to tell the truth, the first person I look to is Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, of course, all the Trumpets are Trumpians are praising this or celebrating because this is a win for them. This proves that Donald Trump did not do anything wrong. Nothing, obviously. Ghislaine Maxwell would have ratted him out. She has no reason not to. She pardoned him. She gave him a pass that he was looking for. There couldn't possibly be any other reason why she would say such things about Donald Trump, except for the fact that he's talking about pardoning her, and she, I would imagine, really would like a pardon. So a little tit for tat, perhaps, or maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know everything, or maybe she's trying not to die. Who knows? Who knows what it could be? But pardon me if I don't believe Ghislaine Maxwell's testimony that Donald Trump is innocent. If not only on the basis of her being Ghislaine Maxwell, but also the fact that Donald Trump, not even an hour ago, came out and said that the Epstein files are bullshit that were made up by the Democrats and you should not talk about it. Still sticking to that. So I don't give a shit who says what about anything, as long as Donald Trump is not willing to show us any evidence of any of his claims, then I'm going to assume that it's worse than anybody's saying. And pardon me if I don't take Ghislaine Maxwell, pedophile, trafficker at least, if I don't take her at her word when she's trying to get a pardon from the guy that she's talking about specifically. Dave, you got any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I don't think that Ghislaine Maxwell has said that for the general public. She was directly talking to Trump, alerting him to the fact that if he lets her go, if he pardons her, that she'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this doesn't have to be, I don't think he's on the list. And I don't think that he's a pedo. But I think they got something on him. And I'm not sure what it is. It could be just something. I'm telling you, like, you had that picture up of the four of them. Like, I'm sure that they look like swingers to me, dude. Yeah. I'm telling you, I bet you they all fucked each other. So like that's a major, like, his wife is definitely, real escort vibes, bro.
Sure.
I heard that you can check me in the comments, but the Kit Kat Club in New York is where he met his wife, and Ghislaine was the one that introduced them. The Kit Kat Club was a fancy schmancy Manhattan club.
Sure.
But I've heard that maybe that they had something to do with like bringing them together, which that would be crazy. Can you imagine? Like, he wouldn't have had to do anything,
right?
But if Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein introduced you, that's enough.
Yeah. That's real close. It started out with like, oh, we've got these two pictures of them standing next to each other and laughing or whatever. And then it turned into video, and now we've got more pictures and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know if he's a pedo or not. I care a little bit, obviously, but it doesn't really matter that much because he is clearly running cover for pedos. And he's probably going to pardon Ghislaine Maxwell because that, like you said, that's what this is indicating to me. They're just making a deal in public for the record. I won't talk about you. You don't talk about me. We go our separate ways. And calling a truce is what it feels like to me. Yep. Truces with pedos, but it's all bullshit, so we shouldn't even talk about it. Instead, let's talk about Israel, because Trump was talking about Israel this week as well. The Trump administration announced that they would be halting disaster relief funds to U.S. states and cities that boycott Israeli companies. And I don't know about you, Dave, but I feel like this announcement, like for me, the Epstein thing was obviously a really big turning point. I feel like for a lot of the, no, we're still hanging with this guy types, this is going to be a real big turning point for them. Like the guys who were still hanging on to the Trump coattails and like the whole Israel-Gaza thing's fine, he'll work it out. He's still saying that he wants peace and blah, blah, blah. I've noticed a few of them are turning because of this type of talk. And in fairness, the administration kind of half backpedaled this, kind of left it in place. And but there's, as I was digging into this, I found that there's a bunch of states and governors and stuff that are talking about this, like the definition of anti-Semitism and making it law and all that stuff, and which included things like, where is it? Included things like Jews can, if you say things along the lines of Jews controlling the media, economy, government, or other social institutions, accusing Jewish citizens of being more loyal to Israel, claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor, applying double standards by requiring of it a behavior not expected or demanded of any other democratic nation, using symbols and images associated with classic anti-Semitism, i.e., claims of Jews killing Jesus or blood libel to characterize Israel or Israelis, then drawing comparisons of contemporary Israeli policy to that of the Nazis. These are all accepted by the IHRA, which is like the Holocaust Museum, whatever, the authority on all things Jew, I guess. They put out these new working definitions of anti-Semitism, and we've got a bunch of these politicians saying, we accept this into our whatever, like, this is official for us too. So basically, special racism and hate speech. Like, the Democrats were pushing for hate speech laws for the last, 12 years, and the Republicans always said, well, we're not going to do that because, crimes are crimes, and hate is just a feeling, and facts don't care about your feelings, and if it doesn't matter if it's racist if you kill somebody, it matters that you killed somebody, because hate speech is just a made-up thing that goes wherever the wind blows. And now we've got the Republicans all accepting that special, extra racism, extra hate speech. Like, we're quadrupling down. It's not just racism in general or whatever hate speech is. Now it's, if you have anything to say about this country, they're putting Jews in their entirety and the state of Israel, the government of Israel, together as a collective, and saying, if you talk bad about these things, that means you are hateful and you are breaking laws if we get this all going the way we want it to. Yeah. So for finding that and realizing that that's been going down for quite some time, it seems like, and it's right-wingers and left-wingers alike in governors and positions of power that are making bold statements, accepting this as their definition of anti-Semitism and blah, blah, blah. They're setting the stage for the next thing or what have you. And now we've got the Trump administration saying that if your state boycotts, and these are very loose terms, I feel like, too, if your state boycotts Israel, like, what does that mean? If we boycott one Israeli company, if our entire state, or just if one person or one company or one city boycotts one business of Israel, does that count? Or is it the entire state, the entire nation, whatever? Like, it's so arbitrary and stupid, but obviously the glaring thing on top of all that is what they're saying is, if you don't like what the Israeli government is doing and their genocide currently, then we are not going to send aid to United States citizens if there's a hurricane, if there's a natural disaster, if FEMA is required, we are not going to send you aid if you don't agree with our politics, which is the most fucking disgusting. No matter who the group was, no matter what the ideology was or what the nation was, a foreign government we're pretending that we are the America First administration, but a foreign government of any kind getting precedent over United States citizens. This is the most glaringly obvious example of that being the case that I've seen so far. And again, it is like Steven Crowder and his people. I haven't watched them in a bit, but I saw he put out a video like, this is the line. Like, even the people who are like conservative Zionist-ish, whatever, like they're having the conversation a little bit, but they're not really getting into it at all. They're still going along to get along. And this feels like a turning point for them, because he's like, I would rather, I don't want to put words in his mouth. I should probably just find the clip. But Dave, I've rambled for a while. I assume you got some thoughts on this.
Well, that list that you rattled off at the beginning, other than like, I don't think, and again, I'd have to look at the fine print, but I don't use like hate symbols. But other than that, you could catch me guilty of every single one of those things.
And you can bend the definitions as they're doing too. You can make
I'm sure
make it mean whatever you
like
want it to mean.
I would do like, a pissing on AIPAC meme. So is that hate speech? If I'm pissing
Sounds
on
like
AIPAC, or yeah, maybe, I don't know. So like maybe I got the whole list, but I'm glad they pulled it back. That is, if they did at all, it's only because people
furious
rightfully about this, which is ridiculous, dude. And it's just so remember how they used to say we're the most transparent administration ever? They are the most transparent administration ever, dude. Like, I can't believe
it was a real low bar. Yeah.
Right. You would just do that and expect that like Americans should be or would be cool with that. Like,
that is a good point. Even with the Epstein stuff, they're being very transparent about it. They're like, we've got it, we don't got it. Just kidding. Like, they're being more obvious than everybody else who kicked the can down the road. But
if anything, though, it backs up why you should believe that the reason you're not getting anything about Epstein is all tied to Israel, because that's the reason. Dude, if they have your government by the balls where they're, dude, the First Amendment, fuck you guys.
Yep.
Fuck you. I remember thinking, dude, in the 90s and 2000s that like, well, yeah, I can imagine a jackbooted thug like kicking your door down and taking your guns. I can see that happening. But I can't imagine like Americans willingly like not
Republicans
saying
even.
Fuck you. Fuck, right. So just to see, the Republicans are the party who, if anybody's going along with it right now, it's MAGA Republicans.
Yep.
In the name of,
the Democrats are saying it's fascism. The Democrats are the ones pushing for free speech, while the Republicans push for censorship right now.
Right. So, dude, like I keep seeing cool stuff. Bobby Kennedy's still doing good things. There's still like, Tulsi Gabbard, the Obama stuff. Cool. All right. I'm waiting. But like, this sucks. Like, this is just so terrible. And we haven't even, like the AI stuff that's coming around the pike, dude, is just so terrible.
Yeah.
What they're doing. So lots to be pissed about.
Now, they did have enough backlash that Homeland Security put this out. They said there is no FEMA requirement tied to Israel in any current NOFO. I don't know what that means. No states have lost funding, and no new conditions have been imposed. FEMA grants remain governed by existing law and policy and not political litmus tests. DHS will enforce all anti-discrimination laws and policies, including as it relates to the BDS movement, which is expressly grounded in anti-Semitism. Those who engage in racial discrimination should not receive a single dollar of federal funding. So I feel like what they said there, correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, am I reading this wrong? What they said there was there is no requirement that you support Israel. We do not do that. We do not do these litmus tests. However, we do enforce anti-discrimination laws, and anybody who engages in racial discrimination should not receive a single dollar of federal funding. Did they say the opposite in the same post?
What are they trying? I don't get the claim they're trying to make that if you're a member of BDS, then you're a racist, and then you shouldn't get money.
I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to say here. But the reader's notes added, misleading. DHS terms and condition only now removed the section stating boycott means refusing to deal, cutting commercial relations, or otherwise limiting commercial relations, specifically with Israeli companies. So, whether or not they are backpedaling, or I can't even tell if they're backpedaling because their post is confusing, but whether they're backpedaling or fake backpedaling or whatever, it doesn't really matter because they did post it and they floated it out there. They at least tested the waters and everybody said, go fuck yourself. And here is Steven Crowder saying go fuck yourself to some extent. Probably not that strongly, but let's find out.
I still think you shouldn't be able to vandalize public or private property on behalf of Hamas, a terrorist organization.
Nobody's arguing that.
That being said, you can hate Jews for all I care, and if you are in a hurricane zone, it should be taken into account. Zero.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like there are people in this administration who really don't know what it is that you voted for, who are so completely out of touch. And they can't make many more missteps like this because it's going to cost them. It's going to cost them a lot.
It's right on the heels of the whole Wailing Wall incident that we talked about yesterday. It's just like one step after another, guys. It's like, listen, I'm trying to find the common sense kind of place to interpret these things reasonably. You're making it very difficult.
Yeah.
We can't keep doing this, you guys. We can't hold on anymore. And it's... I mean, is it a good thing or a bad thing? There's certainly a silver lining to it when you have people like Gerald from Steven Crowder being like, yeah, I'm a hardcore Zionist, and even I'm having a hard time circling this square or whatever. Is
he a hardcore Zionist?
As far as I've seen, he's a very just... I don't have anything against the guy personally, but he seems like a boomer-con conservative Christian who's been going along with it. So, yeah, for even somebody like him to be like, this is a bridge too far. Is it a good thing? Is this going to, is this going to just seal it for the Democrats? Is the pendulum just going to swing right back and the Democrats get it because they're the ones who want the Epstein files released and they want the wars to end and whatever, all the good things because Donald Trump's sucking so bad? Does it give the Democrats a win, or does it make the Republicans actually get their heads out of their ass and take some sort of notes, because we still have 3.5 years left of this administration? Do they actually start to take note, or are they so invested in this entire cover-up that they're just going to stick to their guns and whatever Israel does, and Epstein definitely killed himself, and trust me, bro, it's all bullshit? Where does this go, Dave?
Listen, I'm going to give you some insider shit right now, bro. Okay?
Thank you, Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is not financial advice. This is awesome advice. Okay. What you need to do is go on those political betting sites, and you can get Gavin Newsom really cheap right now.
Right.
Okay. They got JD Vance up the top, Yep. They think that he's going to win right now, but they probably haven't taken this into full account yet. So get in there, buy up some Gavin Newsom stock right now, because that's what you're going to fucking get. That's what you're going to get. And Trump will be the motherfucker who did it to you, because you had all the wind at your back. JD Vance could have just skipped into the White House in 2028. And they fucked everything up on purpose because they all have AIPAC tramp stamps on their lower back. That's
Amen.
Why.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's what's going to happen. We're going to keep can kicking until it becomes Democrat win next time around. The Democrats will win because they were the ones who were right on everything while Trump was dumb on everything, because Trump's choosing to be dumb on everything. And they will win because they were against Trump. So they slipped and fell into being right for a second. So they're going to run everything in 3.5 years. And that might sound scary to you if you think that it's any fucking different than what we're getting right now. And it's not. It's not any different. I would be concerned if if I were a betting man, I would put every ounce of my money on nothing will fucking change, and we will end up with somebody else. Doesn't really fucking matter what party he's in. Somebody else that does the exact same thing as Donald Trump, George Bush / John McCain, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. They've all done the same thing. They've all done greater spending bills. They've all cracked down on your freedom of speech. They've all cracked down on Second Amendment. They've all cracked down on, or they've all fucked up on war. They've all brought us into new wars. Every single one of them has done all of the same exact things. And maybe we got 10 cents off our eggs because Donald Trump is in the White House right now. And we should all be very happy that he is tariffing and taxing China because they're doing better than us. And because of that, we got, I don't know, prices haven't really changed. It doesn't seem like either. Everything's the same. It's the same as it was under Biden, and it will continue to be the same under J.D. Vance / what's his fucking face? California guy you just said. Gavin Newsom. I mean, they might as well just run together. They should just run as a dual ticket, like Gary Johnson and Bill Weld. They're not even president, vice president. They're a dual ticket because they're the same thing at the end of the day. No matter what you vote for, you get John McCain. And there is there's another story that I want to bring up here that was trending earlier today. And it is, if I had seen this a year ago, or even 6 months ago, maybe even a couple weeks ago, I would have thought this is a stupid Democrat, dumb shit, like conspiracy theory, blue anon, whatever about Trump, because there are many, many of those. But this came up today instead, and things being as they are currently, it makes me wonder if they might be right. I don't know. And you did this, Republicans. You did this to yourselves. Because all the Democrats are saying, it appears the GOP removed Article 1, Section 9 of the U.S. Constitution from the U.S. Congress annotated Constitution site, the section that says habeas corpus rights cannot be suspended. They just cut it out. So yes, they took out the habeas corpus stuff, which is you get a fair trial if you're accused. It's just removed from the Constitution. And again, if you told me this a week or two ago, maybe 3 or 4, I would have been like, that's a glitch. That's just Democrats freaking out for no reason. That's stupid. At this point, I'm like, fuck it. Put the tinfoil hat back on because he's doing all the other things that they said he would do and he said that he wouldn't do. He's doing those things. So maybe, just maybe, they're removing bits of the Constitution from the digital platform under the White House, and their entire goal is to just literally remove it from the Constitution and nobody will notice. I know that sounds completely crazy and retarded, but again, we all just heard Donald Trump say the Epstein files are a Democrat hoax created by Barack Obama. It's bullshit and you shouldn't talk about it. So why would I believe them when they say it's just a glitching computer error and we're not trying to take away more of your freedoms? Dave, any thoughts?
That was a pretty good rant, bro. No, you should not believe him. No, I know. It's everything is so terrible, bro. That's what I guess the moral of the story is, if that guy was not the one to do the things that he literally came to the LP convention and lied to our face, and we're going to fucking drive out the warmongers and the communists and all this shit. If that's not the guy, dude, like, I don't know, man.
Yep.
Like they kept Ron out, and he's not doing shit. I feel like the deep state just is too.
Do you mean Ron DeSantis?
Yo, you know what? Maybe that's what growing up means. That Ron DeSantis was probably the right choice. You know what I mean? Given the, I don't know.
Florida is. I want to hear your argument for Ron DeSantis over Trump at this. Like, if you were going to the polling booth right now and you had Ron DeSantis versus Trump, and you know everything that you know now, would you vote Ron DeSantis over Trump?
If I just could wave a magic wand and get one to be president, I would pick Ron DeSantis, because he actually is doing conservative things like lowering taxes and making things more
He's playing the game.
Friendly to
but he's
business
playing the
and-
game conservative.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe, but yeah, like Florida, when it counted during COVID, was one of the better top 2, top 3 states.
Yeah.
For
Still
COVID
completely
period.
sold out to Israel, but it's clear that we're getting that no matter
Totally,
what
yeah.
we do at this point.
You're right. No, yeah, that's the moral of the story, dude. No one's cracking that.
Yeah.
No one's getting in there anywhere close. If it's not Trump and that machine behind him, dude, I've never seen so much energy and money and all the coalition, all that shit, just so that he could come in and go, the Epstein stuff is an Obama hoax. What? I mean, that's just so terrible.
And still no news on Obama's arrest, by the way. It's been another half a week at least.
Right. Gunther Eagleman is holding his breath. He's on the edge of his seat right now. Oh my
Eat me a
God.
minute now. Trust the plan.
Cat turd is, we're gonna bring Biden down. Bro, I just saw Hunter Biden given like a interview, like with appeared to be a nice camera. I don't know who he was talking to, but they were asking him about Epstein. Oh, you believe that this shit? He's like, these guys, Bongino, and then can you believe it? They're the only 2 people on the planet who would believe this bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck? Where are we at? That guy could probably run for president.
Why
now.
is Hunter making more sense than Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio, everybody? Hunter Biden. Biden is schooling you guys right now, and that's on you.
Right.
No, it's not because Hunter Biden got smart all of a sudden. It's because you guys fucking got retarded and cashed the check.
The one that really fucked me up, dude, was John Bolton tweeting, Tulsi Gabbard's just trying to distract from the Epstein files with this Obama shit. I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This is too much. Too much for me.
It's so bad. I feel like we should cleanse our palate somehow with all this because I don't have much more, and we are somewhat.
Do you
under
have
time.
Do you have any Tucker calling Nick Fuentes a fag and Nick Fuentes calling Tucker a fed? Do you have any of that stuff?
All I've seen of that, I know of it, but I haven't watched either of the clips. What I have
really
watched,
because they could definitely both be feds.
What I have watched is the anime fan clip. Did you catch that?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, and let's just play it because whoever puts out the best propaganda, that's who we're talking about. It seems so. If it happens to be Nick Fuentes' people right now, then so be it.
With him, what did you think? You just interviewed Nick Fuentes.
I did.
Or had a conversation with him. What did you think of that? What do you think of him?
My experience with Nick Fuentes is that he's a terrible person and a terrible human being.
But he is clearly part of a campaign to discredit non-crazy right voices.
I can confirm he's dishonest.
This child, this weird little gay kid in his basement in Chicago, young white men who've been totally cut out of our economy. I mean, they really are the victims, and they're desperate, and no one speaks for them. So they go to Fuentes because he's like incredibly articulate, and they think he's our leader. But in one of the saddest ironies of all, like he's acting against your interests, actually.
But then when it comes to me, I'm one of the real disaffected white people. You want to talk about me and them? I am them. He says Nick Fuentes is leading all of the disaffected young white men. I am a disaffected young white man. I was a precocious, intelligent, young white college student who went to Boston University, who was pro-Trump and red-pilled by Trump and animated by Trump's message of America first. And I asked questions about Israel, and I was punished for it. I did it years before Tucker Carlson started talking about Israel last year. And I sacrificed, and I was targeted by the ADL, by the SPLC, by the federal government, by the conservative movement that both Candace and Tucker were a part of. He's lonely, he's weird, he lives in a basement. That's a lot of people because of the problems you claim to care about. Do you care about Klarna and people going into debt to order pizzas and home ownership being impossible? Or do you think that's a contemptible, low-status thing to be ridiculed and mocked? What is wrong with being from Chicago? What is wrong with being weird? What is wrong with living in your basement? I'm the inauthentic person. I am that person. I am a spokesman for the disaffected white man because I am one, and you two are not. My dad didn't even graduate college. My mother's father was a garbage man in Chicago. And he committed suicide. He was a veteran of World War II. Who's the CIA cutout? Who's the poser? Who is America? I am America. Chicago is America. That's an American story.
It's so good, is my first response. Yeah, whatever you think about Nick Fuentes, that is some good-ass propaganda. Whoever put that together. As a propagandist myself, I have to say kudos to you, because that is the most compelling case for Nick Fuentes I've ever seen put into video. And I have spent a lot of time on this show talking about how I thought, because back in the day, all I knew of Nick Fuentes was all the libertarian, the lefty libertarians being screeching about Dave Smith having talked ever to this guy. And you don't have to agree with everything he says, certainly. But he is definitely being more honest than Tucker Carlson at that point. And I like Tucker Carlson. I like Candace Owens. But when they're talking about him as in the way that they did, that's how the internet works. He's being more honest than they are. They're not that willing to have an actual conversation with him and actually hear what he has to say. Yeah.
Well, she had him on.
She did have him on, and she did spend the entire time just berating him, and it wasn't a great look all around. But yeah, that should be the after party, but I don't care. I have other things to do. I'm going to see Ron Paul, allegedly, this weekend for his birthday party. So I got to go get stuff ready for that. But yeah, on the Nick Fuentes thing, whatever. Whoever's right, who cares? That's some good propaganda, and you guys kind of handed it to him in that sense. You guys gave him all the elements that he needed to have one of his fans put that together, and that's great. Good job. I feel like that is better than the episodes will do as far as converting people. That's some hard-hitting messaging there, and some well-made AI bullshit dog slop. But it's put together well, so kudos. That's all. Any thoughts, Dave?
Yeah. I mean, that I came to know that guy the same as you, but that was magic. And it was AI slop, but you know what makes it is the script. And the script came from the guy who just might have had some notes, but I'm pretty sure he just freestyled that.
Yeah.
He just spit that.
Yeah.
So he is an incredibly talented,
certainly good on his feet.
Yeah. And you know what? He definitely has more street cred, than both Candace and Tucker. So all those things combined. Yes. Yeah. He did pick himself up by his own bootstraps, and he made himself.
Yeah.
And didn't marry into like $1 billion family, and Tucker's like the Swanson heir.
Right. And I like Tucker. Again, I like Tucker. I like Candace.
Yeah, same.
But he's right when he says like my like grandpa was a nothing, my mom was a nothing, like as far as society goes, and I did do this all on my own against much more odds than you guys, because you guys worked for certain industries before you started speaking truth or whatever, talking truth to power. You were working for. He's like, my dad was this. Your dad was a CIA agent, and he's not wrong. And we brought it up on this show many times. Tucker Carlson, love him, love what he's doing, love the truth that he's putting out there, but if you're going to attack somebody and your dad was a CIA agent and his dad was like a garbage man or whatever, and you're talking about disaffected white men and blah, 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 you're just giving him all, like you should have, it's the same message I have for the Trump administration about the Epstein files. You should have just said nothing. You should have just kicked the can down the road, because you're only making it worse on yourself. But I wish them all well. Much like Trump did to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Are you, if you were a betting man, as you said earlier, would you bet that Tucker is a Fed, Nick is a Fed, one or the other, or both?
I don't know. At this point, I'm like, everybody is and isn't. It only matters how much they show of it.
But isn't it cool that they're actually calling each other that, though?
It's great.
That's fucking
I mean,
cool.
I've called them both
outsiders like us.
it's great that they're attacking each other.
Right. Is this a spy versus spy thing? Because they both have Fed potential, but obviously Tucker
CIA,
has
iron sharpens iron. Just holding each other accountable.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it, dude. And those talk about like MAGA has a great cult going, but Nick Fuentes has a dedicated cult of dudes. And you know what? I'm giving him a lot of praise, so I'm going to say he is weird around women, and he should not be such a.
He probably is gay.
Yeah, right. If not a Fed, definitely something. Something's up with that guy, and I'm not vouching for him. I'm just saying he made some good arguments in that cartoon.
Yep, it's a good cartoon. Yeah, and I had a point. It left me. I don't know. All of them could be Feds. Candace, Tucker, Nick. They all could be. They my brain kind of leans toward they probably aren't. But either way, people that I'm like, let's hear a little bit, but then you go into some stupid places. Get them fighting against each other. Let the Feds fight each other, or even the perceived Feds. If there's any reason to doubt it, question it, whatever, I'm open. I like all the conversations, and the most controversial conversations are the most interesting ones to me, because why waste your time talking about things that don't matter when you can have Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens calling out Nick Fuentes and him making brilliant propaganda? You decide. Go watch their shows. I don't care. Judge them when the king does the thing, you kiss the ring. All right.
I think he is, and that's okay. I listen to his show. I like it, and I think he's putting out quality content. But I think that there's enough evidence. You guys, if you haven't seen, there's some good little mini docs on his father, and insane. The roots are there, and the desire for him to be. He applied to be in the CIA.
Yep.
But he didn't make it. Okay.
Yep. I don't know, and especially with the whole Trump debacle currently, where Trump was, this martyr, scapegoat, whatever, this patsy, whatever he was, for all this time. They had such an elaborate setup, if it is what it seems, and now we're just to the point where Donald Trump is Joe Biden in a skin suit. I don't trust anybody, really.
You build them up. That's what they do over time.
Same as Trump.
Dude,
wow me and I'll be wowed. Until then, I'm skeptical.
The entire thing of The Apprentice was that you got the image of Trump making big decisions at a big table for years. Like, it was pre-programming, so you were ready for this. And Tucker is just sitting out, and I'm just feeding my dog in between skeet shooting out in the woods with my, that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
laying this foundation. So that that's my guess, bro.
Now, if I walked into the voting booth tomorrow and it was Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Tucker Carlson, voting Tucker Carlson all day long, because right now he's saying the right thing, just like Donald Trump did last year. But that's
got to take a shot.
Yep. When the king does the thing, you kiss the ring, even if they are not in the actual position of power. But any final thoughts? Where can people find you? Let's get the fuck out of here and go hang out with our families.
Oh, you cannot find me at Ron Paul's birthday barbecue this weekend. But it is... Thank you. Despite that, send Dan Smotz some smackers for his 500th show. He's going to be with Ron Paul to get some great video footage that everybody's going to want to see later. And he deserves it, dude. Beep! Honk! And dude, great show. We should have planned a little... extra confetti or something. I don't know what it would have been, but I had a great time as always, and congrats on doing the thing.
My pleasure. Thank you for being here for however many you've been here for. We should figure that out at some point too and celebrate your anniversary. But thank you all for being here. And if you want to find me, you can do so at TSIDpod on Twitter, thesystemsdown.tv, or wherever the System Zones are sold, Dissident Media, and all that stuff. Go check us out. And if you are going to be at the barbecue this weekend, please let me know and let's hang out. But until next time, whenever that may be, probably same time next week. But until then, question everything, stand comfortable, be bad, have fun. We'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Smash all the like and subscribe buttons because that's what we say at the end of videos. Good night, everybody.
This concludes our broadcast day.